The middle class has gotten the short end.
Say it ain't so, Joe. There you go again, pointing backwards again, though. You prefaced your whole comment with the Bush administration. Now, doggone it, let's look ahead and tell Americans what we have to plan to do for them in the future.
Welcome back. Thanks for sticking with Real America. Time now for our Patriot Report. Tonight, my next guest took a simple decision like leaving one political party for another and then turned it into a national movement. Our Patriot tonight is the founder of the Walkaway movement, and I would say he's one of my heroes. Brandon Straka, joining Real America. Brandon, how you doing, sir?
Great, and thank you. What a nice introduction. Thank you.
Hey, look, you put your neck out there a couple years ago, and so I think you deserve a heck of a lot of credit for what you have done, what you've created. We just had some of your attendees at your last Walkaway movement that happened, I think, in D.C. last weekend. Our buddy Lorenzo Lamas was on. We've talked with Antonio Sabato Jr. and some of those conservative celebs that have come out of the conservative closet and said, I'm walking away. Or some of them never were in that Democrat closet. They just were scared and fearful to say, I'm a Republican, I'm a conservative. Let's talk about your journey. Sir, give the folks out there some background about when you got woke.
Sure. So I'm Brandon Straka. I created the Walkaway campaign, and I launched that on May 26th of 2018. And the reason why is because I was a lifelong Democrat and a lifelong liberal. I even voted, I'm so sorry, for Hillary Clinton in 2016, and which I would love to say too, by the way, I went in and early voted yesterday. I cast my vote for Donald Trump yesterday, so hopefully I have atoned for my sins. But it was after Trump got elected in 2016, I was really, really shaken because the media that I trusted, all but guaranteed that he had no chance of winning, while they were also saying that he was a monster, a bigot, a racist, a homophobe. And I'm a gay man. And so I think if you're a minority in America today, it's pretty scary, the messaging that we're getting from the liberal media about who Donald Trump is and who his supporters are. So I went on a quest to try to understand how he got elected. And what I ultimately found out was that Donald Trump was not my enemy, but the media that I trusted was my enemy. And same goes for Black Americans, brown Americans, LGBT Americans, and all Americans really at large who are supporting the Democrat Party, the liberal media, and the ideology of liberalism. So I decided to speak out about it and do something. I created a 6-minute video in 2018 that I put out detailing all of the reasons why I was walking away from the Democratic Party. And I launched the Walkaway campaign, encouraging other people to tell their stories and make their testimonials about why they're walking away. And now we have almost 500,000 people who have joined this movement on social media.
See, this is why I said you're one of my heroes out there, and why we're profiling you in tonight's Patriot Report. We had on your friend Scott Pressler, who's helped out with the movement as well. Last night's show, yep, he's out there rocking it as well. Another openly gay conservative saying, don't believe the BS that's out there. And what you said, I find so important for folks to listen to the words that came out of your mouth a minute ago. It wasn't a stance from a politician. It wasn't a family member. It wasn't anybody convincing you to go this way or that way. You simply saw what the mainstream media was feeding you, and you realized it was lies, and you switched parties. That's basic right there.
That's it right there. And also you just touched upon something that's really, really, it's so simple, but it's hugely effective and impactful, which is that with Walkaway, the reason why we've had as much success as we've had and in such a short amount of time is because I think what is different about our formula is that when I created the campaign, I never told anyone, walk away from the Democrats and become a Republican, walk away and become a Trump supporter. What I said is, it's time for us to start doing our own homework, our own research, thinking for ourselves, really seeking truth, looking past the identity politics, the political correctness, and all of these narratives. Look, there are people in Walkaway who identify as independents, as libertarians. Some are Republicans who don't necessarily love Trump. Some people love Trump, and I'm one of those people. But we don't tell people where they need to go or what they need to believe or what they need to think or where they, we allow people that space to simply say, I can no longer be a part of the manipulation of the left, but it's up to me where I decide where I go. And that is why we've had so much success.
Brandon for president, 2028.
Now we're talking.
God, we can talk. We have a short show tonight because of the debate. I wish you could stay on here and just keep going, man. You are so common sense. You don't push
Anytime.
a narrative to anyone. I love that about you. You're just out there keeping it real. And you're kind of sounding like Trump did when he ran, because let's remember, Trump gave a lot of flack to the Republicans and the right, too. It wasn't just Democrats and, of course, the fake news. He tore them all up and said, start thinking for yourself. Look at what's happening in the swamp. We need to drain it. These people are not keeping your best interests in mind on both sides. And the media is lying to you about what's happening in D.C. on both sides. And that sounds to me like your movement right there. It just happens to lean a bit towards the conservative and the Trump side because that's the party he represents. But I really like it, man, because you're an independent thinker and you're just asking people to do a little homework, do a little research, and think for them damn selves. Don't believe every headline, every social media little thing you read, and God, don't believe CNN, MSNBC, and the rest of the big three lamestream media when they tell you the president said this and he's a racist, because all you got to do, like you said, is do a little bit of digging. Let's talk about where you're going next. You just had the big one in D.C. You've got more stuff lined up, I would think, since we're only 20-some days out from the election.
Yes. So around June, July of this year, we got really tired of watching Black Lives Matter and Antifa destroy America's cities, states, and neighborhoods, burning, looting, committing acts of violence, vandalism, even murder at times. And we decided to stand up and do something about it. So we launched what we are calling Rescue America rallies. And so every single week since beginning of July, Walkaway has been traveling the country, going into Democrat-run cities and states, going into Democrat neighborhoods, and we're telling people on the street, wake up, it's time to walk away. These people do not have your best interest at heart. And so, yes, we did these huge events last weekend in D.C., but now we're picking right back up. We're not taking a moment to rest. We're going to be in Nashville this weekend doing a Rescue America rally. Right after that, we're heading to Florida, Arizona, Omaha, Nebraska. We have a bunch more coming up. We're literally going to be working nonstop every day.
Brandon, they're giving me the hard wrap. Quick, tell them where do we go? Website, social media. How do we find the Walkaway so they know where you're at schedule-wise?
Sure. Go to walkawaycampaign.com. If you'd like to support what we're doing, please donate, and you can click rallies to see where we're heading next. Walkawaycampaign.com.
There we go. Walkawaycampaign.com. Brandon Straka, you're my new hero. Thank you so much for creating the Walkaway movement. All right, coming up after the break, time to break out your cowboy hat and cowboy boots, because the political cowboy, Chad Prather, joins us for a little warm-up, pre-debate style. They'll go away.